Renderforce.com.
So hello and welcome back again to AR to the rescue. I don't know if you liked the previous video or not, but this time we are going to meet him, the Iron Man. So before we talk anything about Arc Reactor, let me make you clear that if we are talking about Arc Reactor, there are four possibilities what an arc reactor can mean. The first arc reactor is what we know, the fictitious one, which is not possible in the real world, the Iron Man arc reactor. The second arc reactor, which is also an electric arc, which is used for making C60 and other fullerenes. And the third one is a plasma arc, which is used for waste disposal. The fourth one being the fusion arc reactor. It is having connection with the neutron stars and stuff. Also, it is having a connection with the production of energy from radioactive isotopes of uranium and stuff. So we are not going to discuss about them. What we are going to discuss about is the arc reactor, the fictitious one, that which is possessed by the Iron Man. So let's get started. So be it Marvel or DC, the most favorite superheroes don't possess powers. Be it Batman or Iron Man, they have not got any power. The most common thing between them is they have got an endless amount of money stores, which is a fictitious thing, not possible in real world. And even if it is possible, which millionaire will like to have jets on his limbs and fly like an Iron Man will do? Probably no millionaire will do that. You got money, why the hell would you try to save the world? That's the mankind, and that's why we're not. That's why I think we don't have an Iron Man in the real world. Also, the Iron Man technology is not possible at the present generation of technology. So yeah, it is possible to be done by a CGI artist, but we can't do it in real. So about Iron Man, we like Iron Man not only because of he's got that endless amount of money, but because of the attitude he possesses. And despite of that attitude, the way he handles things, it's amazing. And like a pro, after everything is finished, behaving like nothing has just happened, that's amazing. To do that, you got to be having guts. But okay, Iron Man thing is not possible in real world. Only a CGI artist can do it. And who would like to have the jets on his or her limbs and fly like an Iron Man? Because if we are talking about jets, and if we are talking about jets powered on gasoline, a small jet of this much size will drink a liter of fuel in a minute. So if we are adding 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 16 jets on your limbs, you will be drinking 16 liters of gasoline in a minute. Now for that, you should have an infinite amount of gasoline stores, which you should not be having, because gasoline stores are limited on Earth. This is the real world. Not that these things don't happen here. So, and if you are having electronically driven fans on your limbs, then they should be of larger size to handle the amount of thrust which will lift you up. So that's too not possible. So live the dream of flying like an Iron Man, and just stay in here with a jet ski. Jet ski will also give you a good flight, won't it? I don't know. So what we are going to talk about is Arc Reactor, so let's get forward towards it. So Tony Stark, basically he says Tony Stark or Iron Man, they are the same thing. And he is a physicist, he is a mechanic, he builds some toys, and the most common thing in all of them is the arc reactor. So basically what is it? Basically it is an electromagnet. He said it.
That is an electromagnet.
So yes, basically it is an electromagnet. He got an idea after the Dr. Jensen. He put an electromagnet in his chest, which is practically impossible, because where are you going to place your sternum after you are boring through your chest? It's impossible. But after he kept that electromagnet in his chest, which was preventing the shrapnels from entering his heart, Tony Stark's heart, Tony Stark got an idea to build an arc reactor. So भाई ये छाती में ये चीज लेके घूमना, पहले ये एकदम क्या बोले, ठीक है तो बात करते हैं आर्क रिएक्टर के बारे में।
तो करना, परेशान हो गए हम लोग 2.5 साल से।
My AI is not that good, so it has got faults. I need to upgrade it, and I'll be working on it. So let's talk about arc reactor. So arc reactor, basically arc reactor has got this core and the periphery. The periphery and the core both are made by palladium isotopes. So palladium, the 46 number, zoom in, there it is, 46 number palladium. It is having the first and second most stable isotopes of palladium are the PD-107 and the PD-103, having half-lives of 6.15 million years, I think, and 16 to 17 days respectively. So what he did, Tony Stark did basically, was kept PD-107 on the periphery, melted it, made rings out of it. We know that, we saw that in the movie, made rings out of it, and kept it in the periphery, and in the center was the PD-103, which was decaying at a higher rate, faster rate, and due to which he had to change the core of his arc reactor. We saw that. So what happens is, there is a rule, there is a characteristic feature of these isotopes, that PD-106, above that atomic mass number, all the isotopes of palladium will undergo electron decay, beta decay. Their released electron will be converted into silver, and the isotopes having atomic mass number less than 106, PD-106, will undergo electron capture and will be converted into rhodium isotopes. So what happens is, there is a kind of circuit built in the arc reactor. The periphery is made up of PD-107, the core of PD-103, which after being converted into rhodium, Iron Man or Tony Stark has to change it. But Iron Man, son of Howard Stark, what do you think I was going to spell? I respect him. So yes, Tony Stark, son of Howard Stark. Howard Stark in around 1970, I think, he proposed this thing, that an element which is not known to be placed anywhere in the periodic table will power his core, will replace the PD-103. I mean, yes, Marvel has done this many a times. Do we know vibranium? Do we know adamantium? Is it in the periodic table? No. And this one, they have not named it. And if they have named it, I don't know. It is not placed in the periodic table anywhere. It's not possible to have this element in the real world. And how he made it? He made it in his house. He accelerated electrons in his house. Hardware mode on, don't you?
Hardware mode.
See, yeah. And he made an element out of some other element, and which element he used, I don't know, because we have not got the specifications about the element he made, the protons, neutrons number, the atomic mass number, nothing. But what we know is it replaced the palladium-103, so it has to be having that much amount of half-life. It should have that electron capture activity characteristic. which is similar to the palladium-103, but it is not harmful. Its decay product or the capture product, it's not so harmful. That's why it was useful to Tony Stark, and he lived on to go on the Titan and
When I'm done, half of humanity will still
fight with Thanos. That was a nasty fight. So what happened was, the first time he has to power this arc reactor up, which will create a flow of electron from periphery to the center, and from there a circuit is formed which will power all the luxuries of his Iron Man suit, and which will result in him flying like this. Yes, he needs a practice. Everyone needs a practice. So that's probably about the arc reactor, the fictitious arc reactor. In the next video, we'll be talking about the nearest possible thing to the arc reactor. The miniature arc reactor is not possible. The huge large arc reactor, the nearest possible thing to that is a tokamak, which is supposed to be completed in around 2035 or so, and the size of it is tremendous, literally tremendous.
Sometimes you gotta run.
I don't know if it is going to happen or not, but we'll see in the next video about the nearest possible thing to the arc reactor, and we will also cover the silver and rhodium poisoning and palladium poisoning thing, because the most important thing we saw in Iron Man 2 was this, that discoloration. We need to specify that, so we'll do it in another video. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I always try to make the effects of related to what I am making. So this time also I tried to make the Iron Man HUD effect, the thing which appears around his face when he is inside the suit, but it needs a really good amount of RAM and a really good amount of graphics card and a PC at the first place, which I'm not having the luxuries of these things. So I decided to try this effect, so I will show you the effect. So show it.
No.
Miss Potts is doing nothing to manage the terrible
No.
So if you are going to try that, see
गौर से देखिए इस चेहरे को जिसने मचा रखा है हल्ला मोहल्ले में। सुनना चाहते हैं क्या कहता है ये चेहरा? सुनिए। प्ले ऑन है, प्ले कर।
इस इलाके की अगर बात करें तो तमाम जो लेबर क्लास है वो यहाँ काम करती है, और लोग सुबह से ही लाइनों में आके खड़े जाते हैं। लोगों से बात करते हैं कि इतनी ठंड में भी लोग यहाँ खड़े हैं। ये बताइए कि ठंड बढ़ गई है, बावजूद इसका आपको लाइनों में खड़ा होना पड़ रहा है।
म्यूट। Pretty bad face. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, like it, and if you're not, then also like it, and if you haven't subscribed till now, do it. Thanks for watching. Peace.